Hello everyone and welcome to my short look, most likely, at Terraria 1.2. This is a game that I know has been out for a long time, but I just recently started playing myself. I just recently made the transition to hard mode, which is kind of exciting. Obviously a lot changes when you get to hard mode. I don't know what this crystal ball does. Magic powers are increased. Okay, so I probably didn't need to buy that, but oh well. So real quick, I'll run over the equipment that I got with me. We've got the Molten Helmet, Breastplate, and Greaves, strongest melee defense, strongest melee armor of pre-hard mode. These Frostspark boots, which let us move really fast, as well as move easily on ice and fly. Our Tiger climbing gear, Hard Jellyfish diving gear, which lets me breathe longer underwater, gives me the ability to swim, and gives me light when I'm underwater. Flying carpet, and a brisk blue horseshoe balloon, which means that I do not take fall damage. I just, before I recorded this video, made this cobalt drill, which should allow me to mine the next level of, what am I looking for here? Ore that spawned in hard mode, which is orichalcum, I believe. We had this forceful pwn hammer, which was used to destroy demon altars. As well as the sword I'm using, the Murderous Knight's Edge, which is one of the strongest pre-hard mode swords, and our superior diamond staff here for the sake of magic, which is not all that strong, all things considered, given the difficulty and given the enemy's health of hard mode. It's good, but not great. I could definitely use going with something better. I'm just not sure what I want to use yet. And one of the few things I knew about hard mode before going into it was that corruption and the new area, the Hallow, spread. And so I built this nice city of wood up in the sky here, which should hopefully not have any chance of being corrupted, if I know how this works at all, which I'm not sure I do. Let's drop down here real quick. And this is where my house used to be. Just a nice little area for chests down there instead of a building. We got a elevator here. And I've already been all the way over to the left there, so I'm going to go over to the right this time. We've got a possessed armor who is taking more hits than I would have expected. And I guess I should have torches at the ready. It was a good thing to learn when I found out that if you hold shift while you're moving, it holds out a torch for you. I probably shouldn't have just jumped down here with these enemies, but what can I say, I'm still in pre-hard mode style. Okay, so this is like almost like a mini Eye of Cthulhu. I already ran into a mini Eater of Worlds, which was rather horrifying considering how different he was from anything that was available beforehand. So we're actually going to be mostly at first here, running to the left. I'm trying to find out where the Hallow spawned. I don't know even where the new corruption spawned, but I definitely don't know where the Hallow is, and I would like to get that mapped out as soon as possible, just so I have at least an idea. Hopefully it didn't like intersect with my rather large jungle, because that could be a problem if I don't actually have the Hallow much at all here. So we are going to run our way across the map, just looking until we get to this new area. Right now we have reached the desert, which should be turning into corruption when it's over. The corruption, I had like 3 patches I think of corruption to begin with, and one of them is right up this hill. There we go. So now we might run into some enemies that are a little bit tougher. It's nice having that horseshoe and a balloon because I don't really have to worry about fall damage when I'm flying around like this. I should have been a little bit more worried about those thorns than I was, but it's one nice thing about playing this after playing Spelunky is the fact that holding shift while you run, although it has a completely different purpose in this case, is still very much familiar. I should probably focus on killing those corruptors that are following me. And this, what's he called? Eater of Souls. Oh god. At least it's not a blood moon. Okay, took a lot more damage than I probably should have. Oh god, we got some owls. No, giant flying foxes. What does the fox say? Apparently, cheap! We got a man-eater sticking out of the ground. We got a turtle, it appears, following me. But right now, I am trying to just keep going left until we find the Hallow, which is something that I very much want to find. Oh god! This thing is shooting lasers at me. Gastropod. Oh. Oh god. Taking too much damage. Is the Hallow up here? Or is that just changing color because of the falling star? Fallen star. Yep, it was because of the... Oh, there's the Hallow. So, we get a nice little rainbow in the background. The problem with this is that it appears that the Hallow spawned in the jungle, which is not good. If I believe, and if I remember what I read correctly, the Hallow can't actually spread within the jungle. So if the Hallow spawn there, I may have a world with no Hallow, or at least very little of it. Let's keep going across here. We're going to look to see if we can find any other areas of it coming across. I'm not sure that we will. Okay, we seem to have a mummy and a lot of other stuff going on at once, and this is not going all that well. There's the turtle who kept attacking me, and we died. Giant tortoise, GG. GG, giant tortoise. So, I think our next goal should be, so we have mapped out that the Hallow is somewhere around here it starts. I didn't really look at exactly on the map where it was, but if we're lucky, the cross that it makes is not going to fall fully within the jungle. If it does, we have some big problems, because we may literally end up with no Hallow. And from what I understand, that's not really a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back down here. We almost landed in the water. There's another eye coming after me. I can probably just avoid him. What I'm going to be going to is that big tree we passed on the way over there before, because I have a path that leads down to the jungle's cave system from here. So this should allow me to explore a little bit more fully, as well as it'll give me a chance to look for some orichalcum, some more cobalt, or maybe if I can mine it, some titanium. I'm not sure if I can mine it with the cobalt drill or not, though. Can mine mithril and orichalcum. So yeah, I need the orichalcum drill before I can actually mine titanium, which of course is a little bit difficult to come across. I did break a lot of demon altars though, so I should have a decent amount of ore in the world. Oops, speaking of the titanium. Yeah, that's just not doing anything. I was going to make the orichalcum and the cobalt pickaxe, but I decided it would probably be better to go with the drill. Obviously being something new that wasn't with any of, that didn't exist with any of the pre-hard mode ores, I kind of assumed that's something a little bit better. So now I'm pretty much just using my knockback on this guy with the Knight's Edge to keep him at arm's length. And we're gonna just kind of travel across here. If I remember right, I need to go... Oh, I want to go down too, so I should probably go down this shaft over here. I really hope that we didn't end up in a position where just no Hallow actually spawned, because that would be pretty bad for me. You know, to not have the new air, and to not have, you know, oh god, boulder trap. To not have the regular stuff is a little bit different, but to not have... What the crap? Okay. So now we're going to mine out this cobalt because I could still have use for it. But yeah, you know, to not have one of the... and to not have the new area could be a problem going forward. I'm not entirely sure how much of an issue it becomes, but it could definitely become an issue. Hopefully I can keep this bat from getting to me until I finish mining out my ore. Seems like I'll be able to. Still had shift held on accident. Oh, come on. Oh god, skeleton archer. No. Come here, you. Thank you. I might as well get the rest of these emeralds. If for nothing else, then they're here and they're easy to get. I do like the drill. It works very effectively. Now I forget which way I want to go to get to the jungle area, or the area by the jungle. Obviously it's not this way since I hadn't been over here yet, but at least we can light this up, see what's going on. I do like having this jellyfish gear that allows me to get light underwater automatically. It's not the most useful thing I could have found, and I could have, but it's definitely better than the diving gear would be alone. I'm happy that I decided to check with the crafting dude, with the guide, about what my jellyfish thing could make. Anglerfish, I had never seen one of those before. So I guess our goal here is to move both down and to the right, because I mean that's where the underground jungle is too, so if by chance my Hallow went in a nice enough line, it may just completely overlap itself into where the other stuff was. The underground jungle was. Was this not the path? Oh no, it's not the path that connects to the jungle. Well, now I feel rather silly. I'm kind of worried now. The fact that that spawned where it did was pretty much the exact place I didn't want it to. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going down for a while. Might as well, we got nothing better to do. We need more ore anyway. The good thing is that both of these new ores I got, both orichalcum and cobalt, are both very easily noticeable. There's really no way to miss them when you see them, or mistake them for other ores. So that's a nice change of pace. Oh god. What is that thing? Although the weird lighting in here means that that could be something good, and I just can't tell because of... No, I was gonna say, I think that's iron. But yeah, there was a chance that it could have been something good that I just couldn't tell because of the coloration from the lighting. I kind of wish my sword had more knockback right about now. Oh god, we're almost dead. Use a healing potion. And for small enemies, it's not so bad. But for the more agile enemies, it's getting a little bit difficult to keep up with. See if there's anything over here. I don't think this drill is actually very much faster than the pickaxe. I'm not sure if there's actually an advantage to it or not. I do like it, it's just I don't know if there's really any point to using that over the pickaxe alternative. It also seems like the pickaxe does knockback, so you would think that you might want to do that instead, but tungsten I don't really need, but I can always sell it off for some gold, which isn't a bad thing. We've got an armored skeleton coming up behind us. I guess this is a little bit quicker than the pickaxe would be. It seems like it's more of a constant effect instead of a once a swing effect. So as soon as you mouse over something, oh god, why are you here? Go away. Go away, I said. I could just wall off this area that I'm cutting through. The Knight's Edge is doing pretty good work of taking care of the enemies on hard mode so far. I'm sure it could be doing better if it was a, hard mode based weapon, but for right now it's not bad. I wish I had kept it forged like it was before. It had been I forget what the word was for it, what the prefix was for it, but I had it at another version, another level 4 stat, and it was quite nice, but I decided to reforge it trying to get legendary, and in addition to not ending up getting legendary, I also ended up with a stat that I like a little bit worse. It's still a very good weapon, don't get me wrong, it's just not quite as good as it was before I wasted some more reforging. We got some stone and we got a whole lot of water. I don't really know if I want to open up and let that water in, quite honestly. I didn't mean to pick up that copper. Silt, I'm not sure if it actually has a point to picking up anymore. Before it would give me, a bunch of different ores, but I don't know if I can give the ones that come up post-hard mode. Let's see, is there anything going on down here? Well, there's water. A giant bat that is kind of stuck. Okay. Oh god, 2 anglerfish. I was so worried about the bats I didn't even notice them at first. So that's copper, some more copper. This diving gear is really nice in terms of letting you breathe underwater longer. Now the question is, should I just go back to... I think I'm going to. Let's use our magic mirror here. Jump back to home. Real quick, mushrooms I don't really need. What is this? Cursed torch. Can be placed in water. 33 per flame. That seems really useful, quite frankly. Don't need those. Fallen Star, I'll just get rid of that one. I can always get more of those. If nothing else, I've got two other worlds I made in a search for platinum to make my superior diamond staff here. So I always have ways to get more of that. We can run this silt through our extractinator. Might as well. Yeah, we're not really getting anything worthwhile out of this. And we're getting some coins and some diamonds and stuff, but nothing that is up to the point in the game that we are. So I'm just going to deposit all this stuff for now in this chest in my room, because I don't feel like going through the actual inventory management that I would have to get everything working as I wanted. Let's go down here, make a silver coin. It would be cool if the silt was able to pick up on the new materials as well. From what I can tell, it doesn't seem like it is, but it would be a nice feature if it did. Just by virtue of allowing you a little bit more freedom with it. So I guess with that, we're going to head back down here. This time I am going to go to the proper opening. Ooh, my sky castle is pretty close to wyvern territory, it appears. Harpy/wyvern territory, I should say. We're going to spam this a little bit to increase our flight time. And this will hopefully carry us well across the map. Because we actually want to get back, not to that tree, but to the desert afterwards. Which is where I found a pyramid underground. And that'll take me on a path that might lead me down to the Hallow, if it exists anywhere in the world. So we can cross our fingers on that. I think one of the things I read was that Hallow can't spread to mud, which is the predominant ground type in the jungle. So the Hallow can't really spread in the jungle. So if that is our only Hallow patch and we can't actually get to the jungle, and then we can't actually get to it somewhere underground, it's not just that we'll have no Hallow, we'll have no Hallow at all. I know Hallow above ground will have none at all. Of course, the breaking the Demonite altars, I think, might have put some on the ground in random areas. That may actually even be what we were seeing in the jungle. It wasn't the actual Hallow, but areas that have hallowed blocks in them starting to grow. I'm not sure how that works, really. I'm just going to use my sword to light this up. Is that cobalt? I think it is. I should probably place a torch. Come through all this sandstone. Luckily we don't have any corruption here yet. That is just stone. That is nothing of interest. Now I feel foolish for thinking that it was otherwise just because my sword's light was bluish. Now we have a possessed armor here who should be easy enough to take care of. It might be wise to mine some sand out while I'm here. Because once the deserts get corrupted, I think since I have a Sky City going on, I could probably make do with making little habitats around it for areas that get fully corrupted or hallowed. But I want to make sure I have enough sand to make that work. So I might as well dig some out while I'm here and it still exists. I'm thinking that it may be wise also to, oh god, to explore further east than we did last time, or further west, I'm sorry. 'Cause there might be something of interest over there, especially if that was an area where the Hallow just appeared because of breaking demon altars, which I'm not sure if that's actually how it works or if it only makes corruption appear. But either way, if that was the case, then we might have some Hallow over to the other side. But right now I'm just really hoping we find something, or I may have to go beat Wall of Flesh on a different save, or on a different world, and make that world hard mode as well. We do have some orichalcum here, so we might as well mine this out. First time I've run into this. It does take a little while to mine. Oh god. That is actually a relatively dangerous worm. That is one problem, is the fact that I'm not familiar with which enemies are hard mode and which aren't. So, you know, some things like these giant bats are easy to tell if they're from hard mode. There are other ones that are much more difficult. I think I actually want to go back up a bit and go across this path to the left up here. There's more cobalt as well. Not hugely useful since I already have the cobalt drill and I'm working on getting orichalcum. But it could potentially... No, I don't want to lay a torch. That is the one downside about using the context-sensitive controls. Is that sometimes you just end up placing torches when you're trying to mine. More cobalt. That looks like iron. That's nothing that I should mark or anything. God, skeleton archer, go away! I hate you! You're the most annoying hard mode enemy I've yet seen. Which probably says something for how many hard mode enemies I've seen to those of you who are more familiar with this game than I am. Let's go down this way. There's some more orichalcum, that's good. Let us hover up here. Okay, we got some shiny blue bug. That thing is a little bit worrisome. Actually, it's not, because it's behind a wall, but I'm not entirely sure what those things are. Mushy ladybug. Okay, then. It is probably a threat now that I'm moving into the mushroom area here. But I do need to pass through here to get to my tunnel to the jungle. Did I never open this golden chest? Apparently I didn't. Spelunker potion could be useful. Band of regeneration I've already got a few of. Some more torches, that's actually really nice. I might as well take the gold chest. And this tungsten, as mentioned before. Armored skeleton, go away! You two giant bats. This should help with our water problem a little bit as well. See if we can go through up here. I always forget that when it takes that when it has grass growing on it, it takes more than one hit to break. So I always end up stopping early. Okay, that bat actually died in one hit. That was kind of nice. Got some more chalcum down here again. We've also got this piranha, who should die really easy, because that's an easy mode enemy that I actually recognize. Having this double jump makes it somewhat hard to hover at times. I could use my Ivy Whip, I guess. It would make more sense that way. But that can also be kind of difficult to make use of properly. Just in terms of not grabbing onto the block you're going to be mining. So we're going to get as much of this as we can. We probably might have, or we might have enough by now to make a drill from orichalcum, which could allow me to mine titanium. It's interesting how in hard mode there isn't as much of a direct progression between things, it seems. Because you're already suited to take out, you know, harder enemies, it does give you kind of a position where it is a little bit easier to handle the hard mode versions of enemies for the early areas instead of the when you first start out in easy mode, you don't really have anything going for you, so even to hold on to a little bit is a little, and to even move ahead in things without getting everything from the prior set is a little bit difficult at times, depending on your luck of finding ore. But in this one, outside of building the sorry, the drills, it seems kind of pointless to move on. Chaos Elemental, I haven't seen one of those before. That guy was kind of fast, but he was held back decently well by my sword. God, and a worm too. Go away, worm. I just want to mine this cobalt. Worm? Where are you, worm? That's a different worm, because that one has full health. Not quite. There we go. So I don't know what happened to that worm that we damaged, but at least we got rid of that one. Get rid of the silt now. Let's see. Let's go downwards. I'm guessing if we find the Hallow, it's going to be somewhere around here and deep underground. So that's kind of why I'm focusing on moving this way. This is actually an area where I've already explored. In fact, if we had kept going on the other route, we would have taken a much longer path here. So now let us go around here. Okay, the water is starting to change color. I think that means that we're in the Hallow, or approaching it. There's also a music difference. Very relaxing. I've actually played most of this with the music off, just because I tend to also have other sound sources going while I'm playing it. So actually hearing the music is kind of nice. Damn it, worm. You do far too much damage to me. Ooh. A little pink. Another Chaos Elemental. And this pink bouncy thing that I can't actually get my cursor over to see what it's called. Illuminant Slime. Okay, illuminant slime. That actually makes sense. This place is awesome. Can I mine these crystals? I can. I mean, those are obviously going to come in handy at some point, right? I wasn't sure if my cobalt axe could mine them. That's a pearlstone block. Okay. So with pearlstone being there, we are definitely in the midst of the Hallow. I don't really want to... I don't really want to... What is this? Pearlstone. Okay. I don't really want to flood all those lower areas, so I would like to find a different way around. The good thing about these aluminum slimes is they can't go underwater, and I can. I do want to get more of these crystals as I see them, though. Because those seem like they could come in handy. Oh wow, we're already over half an hour in this video. This is the first time I've actually looked at this time on it. We've got a variant of a man-eater, it appears. Die, you jerk! Angry Trapper. Chaos Elemental just spawned down there. We're safe from him for the moment. Okay, that guy went down pretty easily. Should probably get a torch up. Oh god! What is that? Enchanted Sword. I don't know what else I expected it to be called, but whatever it is, I don't like it. Flying swords are not the most fun thing to deal with, ever. In fact, if a sword is flying at you, you probably have bigger problems than the sword, because there's probably something that threw it. Dear Lord, stop spawning Chaos Elementals! Okay. Since we have found a little bit of the Hallow at least, and we do know that we are eventually going to end up with some hallowed area above ground, which is a big relief. I will probably be calling this episode soon. We are already at 32 minutes. But at least beforehand, oh god. At least beforehand I want to mine through over to the side, kill this nice little glowing bat. Who, you know, probably won't hurt anything, right? He's an illuminant bat. He looks friendly, he's all bright pink. He's not gonna hurt us, right? But we're gonna go over there, we're gonna take care of that, grab that crystal, and then I'll probably be teleporting back to my house in order to just see what kind of stuff we can craft with this stuff. Because obviously there's going to be a lot of new stuff to craft now that I'm in hard mode, and I'm curious to start seeing what's there. Oh god, that bat is fast. So now we're in kind of a combination jungle. Intrepid Nature's Gift. What are you? 6% reduced mana usage, plus 3 melee speed. You know, I think I remember I was trying to find something to, I was looking for a little bit of advice on what I should do to prepare for hard mode. And one of the things I saw was getting a couple of those Nature's Gifts, because they make good stuff apparently. And that's the first one I found. Of course it happens after this has already been changed into Hallow. But it's interesting how there's kind of like such a mix of it going on. Because it can't spread to the mud, if I recall, it is just kind of interspersed with what's already there. Which is kind of making for a cool effect. This is going to flood out a little bit when I open this. Oh god, Skeleton Archer. And he can't hit me. Of course I'm on fire now, I'm about to die. Use a healing potion. Thank you. Health still falling rapidly. Oh god. Arapaima, and a jungle creeper. I got a soul of light. That's the first time I've gotten a soul. That's awesome. That was kind of a weird throw for that. So I'm assuming that the souls of light come from Hallow enemies, and the soul of night, which I believe is the name of the other one, come from the corruption-based enemies. You know, that seems logical, but you never know. Crystal shard. This is such a cool, like, mixed biome we have going on here. The fact that it's part jungle and part Hallow is actually kind of awesome. This should also protect my jungle a bit, since corruption won't be able to spread through the Hallow. It should protect my jungle a bit that I have this kind of interspersing here. God damn it. Where are we on our map, by the way? Now we're into just plain jungle, pretty much, it seems. We got another soul of light. No, there's definitely still some hallowing going on down here. Life fruit? That sounds kind of interesting. So I got killed there. Not obviously the best thing, but you know, it does give us an excuse to go back to our house, see what some of this stuff does. Life fruit, consumable, permanently increases maximum life by 5. Is there any reason to not just take that right now? I don't think there is. We got a couple of Soul of Lights, Intrepid Nature's Gift. Let's head to our guide buddy over here. My third guide, as my second one and first one both got killed summoning the Wall of Flesh. The first time I would have had him, but I got myself trapped. And excuse me. I got myself trapped and I would have, or I got crushed. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I got myself crushed between the Wall of Flesh and a wall. And so, you know, that cost me my life pretty early in the battle while I was still at pretty much full health. And so I didn't really have the chance to kill him. I died, I came back down. Still had another chance to fight him. Excuse me, 1 second. Still had another chance to fight him. Got him almost dead. And then I died again, and that kind of cost me everything. So Mechanical Skull to summon Skeleton Prime. Mechanical Eye to summon the twins. Crystal Storm, 27 magic damage, insanely fast speed. Uses 5 mana, summons rapid fire crystal shards. 15 souls of light, 30 crystal shards, and a spell tome. Angel Wings are going to cost me feathers, soul of flights, and soul of light. Rainbow Rod seems extremely powerful. I kind of really want that. 30 crystal shards, 4 unicorn horns, 60 pixie dust, 10 soul of light, and 20 soul of sight. Neptune Shell transforms the holder into merfolk when entering water. Fairy Bell summons a magical fairy. Light Disc seems to be a weapon like a chakram of sorts. Hallowed Bar, soul of light, soul of might. And the Tao of Pow, that is an awesome name. Dark Shard, Light Shard, Soul of Night, Soul of Light. Got it. So that has a lot of opportunities. What does the Cursed Flame have other than the Cursed Torches? Flask of Cursed Flames. Melee attacks inflict enemies with Cursed Flame for 15 minutes. That seems really good. Cursed Arrow, Cursed Bullet, and Cursed Flames, which is a magic tome. Soul of Night times 15. Seems pretty decent. What else did I want to look into here? Crystal Shards. Purple Phase Saber. Okay, this seems like it gets much more powerful than the phase blade, which I already have one of actually. Crystal bullets, greater healing potions are made with that. Bottled water, pixie dust, and crystal shards. Magical harp, crystal shards, a couple of souls, rainbow rod, crystal storm. Okay, so there's definitely a whole lot more crafting stuff that can be done. Obviously, pearl stone not going to do a whole lot for me. But yeah, there's definitely a lot more stuff that I can get done with this. I don't know, we might see more of this eventually. I'm not entirely sure. For right now, I'm going to call this episode quits. We are at 40 minutes already. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed looking at my kind of early experience with hard mode here in Terraria 1.2. If we see more of this at some point, it won't be like a linear progression type series. It would be more of a, me jumping in wherever I'm at and showing off some more. But let me know if you want to see where I'm going with this, because I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I've still got a long way to go, obviously, here in hard mode. So I'm interested to see where things take me. As always, thank you guys for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode and continue to enjoy the series. For now, thank you as always, and I will see you next time. Take care, and see you later, everyone.